Hello! Does this look like suffering? I don't think this is suffering. I know I'm definitely not suffering, that's for sure. Look at this, I'm in beautiful roads. Look at the beaches, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Absolutely stunning here, beautiful. Don't know what to say, but I tell you what, I'm not worried, that's for sure. Oh, I don't know where to begin. I feel like I don't really want to get into the whole kind of thing of how bad, Man United have been and everything. I think we kind of know it's the same old thing. I listen to on Spaces, I'm always listening to what's getting on. And, I think we know. I mean, I feel now it's gone past worrying about Amram. Amram's a part of the problem, but it's all about Ineos. I don't know what they're playing at, They're just useless, they're rubbish. You know what I mean? And I think, everyone's kind of got a part to play. I think, and I don't want to blame fans but it's difficult. You've got fans calling his name and all this stuff in the crowd. And he's just an awful manager, but it isn't all his fault. I think the board are rubbish. I think, despite what we think of him, and he is very naive and, tactically and everything, I think that they didn't help. By not getting him any midfielders in. I mean, when they bought those 3 attackers, it's like, oh great, I was happy when the transfer window first started. I thought that was good when they bought them in, but it was like you bought them in. It's a bit like we made the icing for a lovely cake, like the pretty icing you put on the cake. We made the lovely icing, but it's like we didn't bake the cake. So what was the point of making that lovely, beautiful icing if you didn't make the cake? And I've been very happy with our attackers, but the truth is they're going to just suffer, They're going to suffer just as we have, literally, if you don't sort your midfield out, This is the whole thing. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it started out to be like a positive transfer window, but it hasn't, you know what I mean? So, just moving over, hang on, one sec. It's all right. Just some people over there, so I'm just moving. Yeah, but no, it started off, like I said, it started off as a good transfer window. It looked promising, didn't it, with Mbeumo, with Cunha, getting them in early. It looked promising, but now it's just and then it didn't get midfielders in. Then we messed about with Baleba for 2 weeks, which I didn't believe we were going to get him, but I felt it might happen, slightly, but I didn't want to get carried away. I was a bit scared to get, but the fact is they messed about for 2 weeks. You knew Brighton at the end of the day, they were going to want good money for him. You left it a month till the window shut. It's just the way they're behaving, it's very amateurish. So forget even Amram, we know he's not good enough, we know that. But look at what's behind him, the board. That this isn't even about Amram anymore. This is about Ineos, and obviously the Glazers too, because they're still here. Like I said, I wanted a full sale. I said if they're not going to get a full sale, then just keep the Glazers, because you've got a better chance of a full sale in the future. With 25%, it feels as though we've not, they're going about all this cultural reset. We haven't had it's a load of bollocks. We haven't had a cultural reset. 25% or whatever it is, you're not going to get a cultural reset. The Glazers are still there. We're still in debt. We can manage it, and we've got plenty of money, as they love to, they love to tell us about, don't they? The financial situation. Oh, it don't matter if we finish in 15th and being shit on the pitch, because we're making like over 600 million. It's crazy money what we're bringing in. But of course, didn't want to buy midfielders with that, did you? So it's just mad. It's just absolutely mad. But I don't know. It's just, for me, it's gone way past Amram. It's not even about him anymore. They're just rubbish and they're bloody useless. Do you know? So it's deeper, and I've got to be honest. Look, I hope Man United's my team. They're the only team for me, and that's it. And if I can't enjoy Man United and football, then pretty much I'm kind of done with football. I'll probably watch the odds. Quite have a soft spot for Brighton. Watch them a bit, and maybe watch some of the big Champions League matches with Real Madrid and whoever the top teams are, maybe the odds, won. But that's about it. I'm just totally disinterested. I'm switching off. I think the season's done. Unless, if they do get someone in and something miraculously happens. But I just think whoever comes in now, it's going to be tough. I personally think if they want to do anything, you admit you were wrong, because that takes a bigger person to admit you're wrong, not just hanging on and hoping, because that's rubbish. You know, win one, lose one, draw, whatever it is. There's no consistency. This isn't going anywhere. We know that. You don't have to be a football genius to know that, you know what I mean? You know, but it's just ridiculous. Proper amateurs running our football club. But I just think this club's finished. I'll be honest. I think it was finished the day Ineos took over. You know, it's like, for me, they can turn this around. Of course they can. They could, but they've got to buy the whole club and a major reset. You've got to get rid of a lot of those players. You've got to move in more quality, build the squad more quality, not play your Luke Shaws and your Blaine Maguires. But, you know, Amram hasn't got anyone else to blame but himself. He's the one picking these players, putting Bruno in the bloody midfield. With Bruno, you know, it's a tough one. He's been a good player, but I think it's time to move on from Bruno. When we were a great club and we had players like Cantona, you know, obviously Ronaldo was different with how he left, but other players, we moved them on and that's what we did, you know. But, yeah, this is it. We should just move him on and we could have got a brand new midfield, but maybe it was too soon. But for me, if you're going to play Bruno, I'd take the captaincy off him. I don't think he's a very good captain. Get rid of that. Just let him focus on his game, play him as a 10 and that's it. You know, but there's not many captains in that team, let's be honest. I mean, not much leadership, so I kind of get why it's left to Bruno. But I don't like his treatment of Lenny Euro, Kobe Mainoo, sorry. Yeah, I don't like his treatment of them. It's you know, but for me, it's not even about the manager. The manager is irrelevant for me. Amram's, I know he's still in, but it's over. That's it. Unless something miraculous happens, which ain't gonna, it's over. It's all about Ineos and the Glazers, Glinios or whatever we want to call them. But you can't, you know, forget Amram. You can't have a major reset with 25%. You're still trying to please, you know, be a corporate. They're very corporate, aren't they? They're trying to be very corporate and everything. You know, they come across as that. And they just ain't got a clue about football. I think Omar Barada is more corporate. Keep him to run the business financial side. We've made more similar mistakes. I think Jason Wilcox probably could be good at some things, like the youth and picking out players. I think that Varel, whatever his name is, he's good. I think he can spot talent. But really, we need to hope we stumble on a great director of football and a great manager. That's the only thing that can save Manchester United. But I think with these idiots in charge, I wouldn't hold your breath, you know. For me, I just think we're finished as a club. This season is over for me. And I think it was over when we kept him. He should have gone after the cup final, but he didn't. So, yeah, it's pretty much done and dusted. But it is what it is. I'm kind of gone, it's not that I don't care, but I'm just very relaxed about Man United. I've kind of accepted where we are. We're not going anywhere. And, you know, even if you can't win the league, which I do accept we're not good enough, you should be aiming for top 4 and to win some cups, you know. You have to have a kind of balance. You can't just be completely shit. With the money we make, it's a joke. I mean, you look at clubs like Brighton, etc. They haven't got half the, not even probably an inch of the money we've got. And look how they're run. You know, it puts us to shame. It really does. So, kind of done. You know, but I'll listen to you all on Spaces. I'll keep in with it all. You know, that's all I can do. You keep us going. And Saeed and Mr. Structure, they all crack me up when I'm watching the watch-alongs. But that's, to be honest, that's all that keeps me going now. Watching Man United doesn't do anything. I've got to be honest, I think, and all the time we haven't been very great since Ferguson, I've just totally lost interest now, and I don't even enjoy us playing football. Even with Ten Hag, okay, it went wrong at the end, but he bought his time. He earned his time at the club because he did get results and he did get cups and he did do well. I'm seeing nothing from Amram, absolutely nothing. Suffering. That's all we do is suffer, isn't it? But like I said, it isn't all on him. It's the ownership. It's forget looking at Amram now. It's the ownership. That's where we all need to be looking at. But as fans, we're part of. You know, we accept mediocrity. We act like, oh, we're big Man United. You know, we're so great. We're richest club in the world. We got so much greatness. We're the biggest club and all this. Obviously on power, I think with Real Madrid. But are you really? You are. But you don't behave like it. You're behaving like a fucking, I'll be honest with you, relegation teams and mid-table teams, clubs that are not as big as us, have better standards than us. Look at Spurs, they got rid of Ange. They got rid of him. Even when they won the cup, they got rid of him. You know, we haven't got any standards at this football club. And I think the fans, the more we accept crap, that's what you're going to get. That's why I just think we're finished. Unless someone actually stands up and does say, cancelling protest, and no disrespect to 1958, because I think that what they do is great, so credit to where credit's due. And I understand kind of why they cancelled it, because they were getting a lot of backlash, which I think is ridiculous. I think 1958 should just stick to what you're doing, because you know it's forget a few small-minded bootlickers from the Glinios, you know. Just you stand by your principles, full sail only, and stand by it. Look, see what happens, but I'm just going to enjoy spaces. Can't enjoy the football anymore. Anyway, see you later. Speak soon.